Well, Greg and Amber, anxious is the word I would use. Ball told me just a few minutes ago that the unknown is just killing him right now. He's gripping that cell phone very tightly. As you can see over my left shoulder, he's gathered with family and friends. You may recall the last time Wisconsin and Florida played, not very long ago, just last year in Gainesville. And boy, that was a game to forget, an ugly one for the Badgers, an 18-point loss. No matter who fans out there root for, any football fan could have really gotten some joy out of this matchup between Waunakee and Mount Horeb-Barneveld last year. The Packers had every reason to lose faith, down 21-10 at half to the 3-win Falcons, as it looked like their season was going to blow away with the snow here at Lambeau Field. Many of those so-called gurus in college basketball have Indiana as one of the few teams that can win a national title. But boy, do the Badgers have the Hoosiers' number, beating them a 12th consecutive time. The Wisconsin football team knew it really had an opportunity to separate itself in the Big Ten Leaders Division, and it certainly did that today with a dominant 38-14 victory over Purdue here in rainy West Lafayette. You could have been doing this last year. We could have had this conversation a year ago, but you decided to come back. Has that proven to be a good decision for you?
It has.
27 Sports with Jon Griffith.
You know, the Packers were down 7 starters against the Vikings last night, but it was still mission accomplished in Minneapolis. A perfect world, Gary Anderson said his team would hop on a plane and head back to Arizona to replay the final 18 seconds of the game against the Sun Devils. We've talked about it more than a few times, the season-long struggle the Badger men are having from the free throw line. But hey, at least they got to the line yesterday against Illinois. It certainly is an interesting feeling if you're a Badger fan out there. We've just witnessed 2 losses in a row. Teams managed a 7-5 record, but the team still has a chance to play Nebraska this weekend in the Big Ten championship game with a Rose Bowl trip on the line. It's been a magical season so far for the Mount Horeb-Barneveld football team, 7-0, the team's best start in 10 years. The Vikings are led by first-year starter Cale Pustina at quarterback.
You know, without the play of a quarterback in our system and the type of play that Cale's put forth, you know, no, we're not sitting 7-0, and you know, we're probably not having this conversation right now.
Without Cale, his father may not be here either. Back in November 2010, Dan Pustina lay helpless in a forest near Dodgeville with 2 shattered legs, a crushed vertebrae, and a broken arm he suffered after his tree stand collapsed on a hunting trip.
I knew it was going to be a long time before somebody came and found me. I was trying to brace myself for the worst, I guess.
Fortunately, the worst never came, thanks to the instincts of his son Cale, who was wondering why his father hadn't come home that night.
I'm like, there just has to be something wrong. You know, he doesn't usually go this long without, you know, giving at least a text or a call or something like that.
For some reason, he thought there was something wrong and called my dad, and then things got rolling from there. But I don't know. Don't know how he did it.
In result of the call that Cale made to his grandfather, Dan was rescued after about 7 hours in the cold. He was airlifted to a hospital in Madison, and after months of rehab has finally recovered. Now looking back, this is an event that Cale says has changed him for the better.
It made me mature and hate to say it, but grow up a little faster. Stuff like that, it really makes you wonder, like, what if, you know, what if he hadn't made it? Where would I be now, you know? And thankfully he did, and I really appreciate everything that he does now.
In this Friday night, Cale's family of football Vikings will need him more than ever as they face Waunakee on this field in Mount Horeb, a game that'll decide the Badger North title.
We've been waiting for this opportunity as seniors especially to get the chance to finally take it to them. It means a lot. You know, these guys really trusted me to be the quarterback on the team, and I have faith in them too, that we can go out and get the job done.
And no matter the outcome of the game, Cale's father will be there for support, a role Dan Pustina still plays because of that impulse of his son nearly 2 years ago.
I just enjoy watching him play and seeing him grow up, even since the accident. It's really been a lot of fun.
Reporting in Mount Horeb, Jon Griffith, 27 Sports.